What's going on YouTube? Chop Celery here, and welcome to part 1 of our Demon Souls walkthrough. I'm going to try to be as extensive of a walkthrough as possible for each of the zones within the game, as well as including how to beat the different types of bosses, my strategies, and as well as some of the tips and secrets within each area that you might miss in your first playthrough, because I know I definitely did. We're in the tutorial area for this first part, and I chose the Knight as a starting class just because I feel like it's got the best defense, like the best armor. It has a pretty decent starting weapon as well as a shield, especially for newcomers. I feel like that's probably going to be the safest bet for anybody who's new to like the Dark Souls, Demon Souls franchise. So that's why I decided to do that, and we're just going to go ahead and kick off the walkthrough. So go ahead and take this guy out, and then we'll going on. Let's go around this corner. It's kind of dark. See if we can take that guy out. As you can see, there's messages on the floor. Each of the messages are just going to end up telling you, you know, different controls for the game, which we have played, or at least I've played. Pretty much all the Demon Souls, Dark Souls games, Sekiro, Bloodborne, things like that. I pretty much all the controls are you know, universal for the most part. Keep going up here. Let's loot this guy. Got some Crescent Moon grass. So just one thing to take note of: if you haven't played any of the you know, games from FromSoftware, Demon Souls, there is no like replenishable healing items. You know, in Dark Souls, you get the Estus flask that refills when you sit at a bonfire. For Sekiro, I believe it's the same way with like your healing gourds. For for Bloodborne, however, you gotta just continuously pick up blood vials. It's similar to that, where you just have to keep on picking up healing items. Every time that you zone into a new area, you're not going to be replenished, which is why I would just try not to heal too much or try not to waste through them, just because they can be in short supply, especially when you're in an area, and you may not find a vendor right away to go ahead and buy some more stuff. Alright, now that we zoned into the next area, let's go ahead and keep moving on. This guy, just strafe to the right, and then you can get a quick backstab on him. Unfortunately, we did not kill him in one strike, but he gets up. Just strike him down. Yep, there's another guy. Let's see if we can parry him. Oh, there we go. Failed the first time. Second time's a charm. Let's keep going. Alright, so you will find knights like this with the blue eyes, at least in the first, like in area 1-1, and I think like 1-2, and maybe even 1-3. These guys have a little bit more health. As you can see, they're also carrying a shield. They do hit a little bit harder. So just be aware of that. Try not to go in reckless abandon. Definitely not a good idea. But as soon as you see an opening for guys like this, go ahead and start attacking them, because it does take a little bit longer for them to pull up their shield. Nothing to loot off that guy, but let's keep going on. Alright, so for this guy, even though we just encountered another Blue Knight, he won't typically do more than one attack. He'll usually just turtle for the most part. And this part of the tutorial is just going to get you used to trying to break an enemy's guard. Either by continuously attacking them, I would recommend doing like a two-handed attack, so tapping on triangle, or doing pushing forward and right bumper at the same time, and you'll do kind of like a push attack, which can sometimes stagger enemies or knock away their guard, just so you can deal some damage to them. Otherwise, he's just going to keep turtling. And if you only strike him like one attack at a time, you're really never going to break through his guard. There you go. It took me like 4 swings there to finally break through. Let's see if we can goad him into attacking us. Come on, attack me. Hit me! Okay, he died. Heal up. As you can see, the Crescent Moon grass, that's like the basic healing item. It doesn't heal you for a lot, which stinks, but trust me, there will be more items like healing grasses, as you see right there, like the half moon grass that we just picked up. You'll find a lot more throughout the game, so that's why I don't like really consuming my healing items, just because you never know when you're gonna get into an oh shit kind of moment where you're really gonna need a healing item quick. And nothing is worse than being in like a new area, or maybe even potentially going up into like a boss fight area where you're going to need healing items and you just don't have enough. I've been in that situation plenty of times, and it just sucks butt. So looks like we have this guy here that I just accidentally did not lock onto at first. Oop. He didn't drop anything, but he did get some more healing. That's good. We'll go through. There should be an enemy coming over to our left here. We'll quickly take him out. See if I can parry him. Ooh, I did. Damn. I'm on a roll. All right. Knock on wood. Don't jinx me. All right, but if you would, instead of going left immediately out of that hallway and we went right, you'll pick up this item here, which would be, yep, that's another moon grass, the half moon grass, so it's good for more healing. And coming up to this fog wall, this is actually going to be the boss of the tutorial area that you're going to eventually encounter in one of the other zones. As you can see, he's a pretty big demon. I am actually going to take off majority of my armor just because I want to, there we go. I want to be able to fast roll. I want to be able to prioritize just getting behind this guy rather than just trying to block his attacks. I find that even just blocking, you're probably not going to actually stop the damage from hitting you. So I'm going to quickly run in and go to the right. I find that going, like, strafing to his right, or our right, his left, excuse me, you're less susceptible to him. So that's just what we're going to keep doing whenever we can. Just in case you can't get behind him, that's okay. Just back up and then goad him forward, unlock, and then sprint forward to the right again. Our right, his left, and that's how you can get behind him. As you can see, he's doing like that butt slam attack. It has a shockwave that will damage you, so just back up, and once you see the shockwave go away, that's when you can charge back in. It's okay if you don't beat this boss on your first try. It's completely optional. It's not going to screw up any part of the game, but if you do defeat this boss, the tutorial boss, you'll have access to a little bit more like crafting items, which I definitely want. Just that way I can show you guys through my walkthrough of how I've upgraded the gear, just to make the game a little bit easier. Should have double rolled, but I rolled through that attack. That could be pretty pretty lethal if it did hit us, especially if we're not wearing any armor. Ooh, dude, keep doing it. I'm freaking out. There you go. As you saw, I did have my shield up, but I still took a crap ton of damage from that attack, and it actually just killed me. So that's why I was trying to really trying to emphasize how deadly that swing is. But like I said, it's okay if you don't beat this boss. This boss still sometimes gives me trouble, but now we're actually going to be transported to the main hub area of the campaign, the Nexus. Okay, so as you see that woman right there, that's the maiden in black. She's actually going to act as like our main, I don't know exactly what you would call her. We'll always go back to her whenever we come back to the Nexus, the central hub, to level up. We'll go to her and actually give her the souls that we collect in order to gain levels. So I guess
this is the Nexus.
She is a focal point, and I don't think she can actually be killed.
It holds together the northern land of Boletaria. Thou canst not exit the Nexus, but each of the 5 archstones will connect them to another.
Okay. Now that we have died, which it's inevitable, even if you do pass that tutorial boss, you are going to get killed in that tutorial area. So now that happened, you will be in soul form. What that means is, as you can see, my health at the top left, it's actually capped to half, which really sucks, but we'll find an item that'll actually make it, we'll have a little bit more health when we are in soul form. But that's actually where we're going to stop it. So we just went through the tutorial. Now we're in the Nexus, and I'll see y'all in the next video. I really appreciate y'all watching. Again, my name is Chopped Celery, and we will be moving on to part 2 of the walkthrough shortly. Bye, friends. Take care.